Well, to borrow a line from Atreides himself, it's breathtaking. Hello, everyone, and now that I've finally managed to get into a screening, and looks like the reports of the movie doubling the last one's take have been quite accurate, and it's made over $81 million so far. Here's a review of Dune Part 2. I also rewatched Part 1 a couple times, and also reread the book. Look on the appendices now, so let's get started. The movie picks up where the first half left off, adapting the second half of the book, which continues the journey of Paul Atreides, played by Timothée Chalamet, on his journey of discovery and of growth as he seeks to liberate the planet Arrakis from the rule of Baron Harkonnen, played by Stellan Skarsgård. And I also really like how characters only got brief amounts of time in the first film are given bigger parts here, which include Fremen Johnny, played by Zendaya, and Stilgar, played Javier Bardem. And I can honestly say that even though they previously adapted the book before or in the 80s, as well as other TV miniseries in the year 2000, and of course there was the unmade pitch by Jodorowsky in the 70s, is this, combining the first part, is the definitive version of the book I've seen on film. And even though not every event and portrayed gets the letter material, I would say it's like the first one to really capture the spirit of the work. I mean, I also totally called it with my Lord of the Rings comparison because I would say like the final battle, especially on Arrakis, that takes place in multiple phases. It's definitely one of the best ones scenes of Helm's Deep, where, and also how they handle the sandworms. Like if you think it looks interesting on the infamous popcorn buckets, it's wait until you see them scale like their mountains and ridden like they're giant and pack animals as well. Yeah. And of course, I did get kind of like I was starting to think of Sandy Cheeks when I got the vibe of the worm sign as well. Like, wow, I just now got that parallel now that I've given some thought there just a moment ago. On top of the cast and crew returning from the first film, we also have a host of new cast members joining the fray. The most notable ones I'm going to be pointing out are Christopher Walken as the Emperor, where it gives a sense of both dread and ambiguity proceedings, which definitely shows how impressive that Walken's range is, and yet again, doesn't matter the movie which he's in, you're definitely going to remember him and his very presence. And Florence Pugh, definitely like how alluring and mysterious she is as Princess Rulon. Like even I think the actress who was in the original one was impressed by what she's able to do. And I'd say one of the things I really enjoyed the most was Austin Butler's Fade Rotha, where especially transitioning from one intensive performance in like the Elvis biopic to another, I mean, managed to easily wash away the infamy of Sting in the skull swimwear with a sense of ferocity. He brings the role, and just how utterly terrifying he makes his presence known. And it's definitely a mammoth 2.6 minute epic, and it's definitely gives off the vibe if the director wanted to bring back, or was one of many wanted to bring back that style of filmmaking and that kind of epic scale, so they made one. And at least I know that he's going to be sticking around for part 3, which will be adapting Dune Messiah, which I'll know how to read. And whoever they choose to adapt other ones in the cycle, including Children of Dune, God Emperor Dune, as well as the other novels that were approved by Herbert's estate after he passed. I mean, yes, I am very much behind the idea. Same with this prequel series they're working on for Max, which I gather is targeting a similar audience to House of the Dragon. And I definitely say that even though they still make some changes here, they're ones that, from a logical point of view, made more sense than they did in the previous one, which was technically accurate in a sense that cramming an entire volume of Song as on Fire into a 2-hour, 15-minute movie is. I'm a bit surprised that Lynch has name taken off the extended cut that was made by the involvement. Yeah. Long story short, the hype is definitely real for this one, and if you have a chance to see it in a larger format like IMAX, I recommend you do so. And I definitely believe that in the future we'll be seeing the same conversations like The Dark Knight and The Empire Strikes Back among sequels that manage to be every bit as impactful, if not even better, than their seniors. It really is that good. So my final rating is 4 out of 4, and now on to coming attractions. Okay, so March 8th, Cabrini. As previously stated, I don't really have much to add to this inspirational drama about a terminally ill nun wanting to get better conditions for herself and the children she wants is over. Like, between this and the next Kung Fu Panda movie, let's just say they're gonna have to work cut out for them. It's in that, well, all on that subject, I'm contemplating seeing either that or something else this Thursday. When I get back from it on Thursday, I suppose you'll know which one I end up choosing. So, and March 22nd, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I am still quite adamant about being hyped for that one. And I'm interested in both that and theatrical release of Luca, but depending on how wide the release is and whether or not anything else precludes it, I'm only going to have enough time money to go see one that weekend. And I know there's also another new promotion that went live earlier this year, but I'm waiting for that one to break a million views before I officially talk about it. I mean, I still think it looks like it should have like the nice mixture of humor and horror the franchise is known for, and also like the amount of heart the last one had, especially with Harold Ramis's absence. And again, I'm still liking how Paul Rudd's character has more agency than in the last movie, and also while Wolfhard's character is not quite as clever as typically is in Stranger Things with the It duology, he definitely has learned quite a lot since the last film. Yeah. Godzilla Cross Kong, The New Empire, here March 29th, and since the last movie proved to be quite a big hit on Easter weekend, and the first of multiple, or rather one of the big successor, Project Popcorn, I think it's nice to imagine that now when people have had their shots and the things seem to be getting opened up a bit more, it's got even bigger hits. Sometimes it's the simple things in life you end up enjoying, like giant monsters hunters getting into a fist fight across these all locales. And even though I'm not going to get into too much detail between online leaks I've schemed as well as some of the merchandise that's being shipped out, it turns out the Scar King is not going to be the only Titan we'll be seeing Godzilla and Kong scrap with. I am liking seeing more of Kong's power gauntlet and Godzilla's new pinkish atomic breath as well as his usual blue atomic breath, of course. Last but not least, we have Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes coming out on May 10th, which will give more breathing room between both the Garfield reboot and Furiosa Mad Max story. So I guess there'll be no Furiosa, a Garfield Kingdom story, fellas, man. Likewise, I think this is another trailer that I haven't had a chance to talk about yet. We're getting to see more of the plot and how it connects like the recent reboot films to the early ones that had in the 60s and 70s. Not only in terms of characters, but also how the plot plays out. And even though I was not a huge fan of Wes Ball's Maze Runner films at all, I would not hold it against him, especially. I'm also not liberty to confirm or deny about the rumors about the test screenings either, let alone Fox demanding reshoots. But in a way, it does give me kind of a vibe. Maybe a bit more confidence in Wes potentially handling a Zelda movie with my poster right there, beneath my Sith poster and near my Super Nintendo poster, where in many ways I'm seeing he's one kind of like a precursor to how he might handle Hyrule and some of the more fantastic elements there. I'll definitely be keen checking it out once it comes out. Anyway, that'll be it for now, and I'll see you all again very soon. So, take care, everyone.